Welcome back to StockSmart Investing. Now we're on the big screen TV, live in the living room. Of course, we've got one of our most favorite, the AMC, or the maker of millions. Excellent. Okay. What do we got going on here? So let's pull out to the weekly and the daily. Okay. So on the weekly, we got one signal. We did not get our second explosive signal. Okay. But right here on 524, that was the day to jump in for the long haul. Okay. As we can see, there's a huge gap here and a huge gap here. Look for these gap filling areas. Okay. All right. Looks like we're finally trying to accept a point of control somewhere around here. Okay. And when is our next expiration? Oh, ooh la la. Here we are. All right. And for right now, let's take our TEMA. And we're going to change it here. All right. Let's see what we can do. Wedge it low. Yeah, that's not quite what we want. All right, perfect. And let's take our list that we've been writing our stocks down on. And there are going to be many. Okay, so Intech. Now this one here, I think this is going to end up being like a 5G player. And it looks like we're getting a big pullback, to probably the 100 something moving average. As we can see, we're on an expiration, so yeah. Okay. And what else is on our list? This is GMER. Good Gaming. All right. They're going to be hitting a... You see here? All right. Now on our pump and dump, MNOV. That's Medicinova. Excellent. All right. And look here. Daily. The weekly's good. The daily's good. And look how high the point of control is below here. This price has been prematurely pushed down below this price, okay? So anywhere you can get in under this point of control, if it doesn't fall off, because as you can see, it's being heavily shorted. All right? But I like that point of control and how high it is. And on the 4-hour chart, it's even higher. As we can see, we got our special signal. The arrows are back to back. We hit a low. All right. We're crossing above 0, and it caused this big spike. Okay. Now we're going to get a pushback back down to this $4 area right here. All right. And then it's going to run on up. All right. So let's look for that because it's going to go flat. All right. So watch your MNOV. I'm sure people are already trading that this morning. People who are on their volumes, and see this big gap right here. Okay. Notice how the gap here starts at the bottom of this candle. All right. And we go from red to yellow to red to yellow on a green dot. Very good. And our line breaks out. We get our moving average breakout. Okay. And 374 would have been the price we could have gotten in at. Okay. Now, there were some other stocks on our pump and dump list, but let's go and see if we can look up at the got you and the do you. Wow. Okay. All right. So 15-minute here. Let's go to 4 hour. All right. Oh, it went up higher. Awesome. All right. So as we can see with the got you, all right, it did recently hit its low. It's only, looks like what, 80 cents off of its low, but it's going to get pushed up to these prices. This is going to happen. Okay? And we're waiting for that signal. That signal will probably happen. As you can see, you're getting signals to start buying it now. We see our low, and when it finally does get above the 0, it will take off in price. Okay? As we start to come back up. But we can see we've got a big range. Now, on the 1 hour, here's our more than like range. All right? Just $16. But on the daily, it's 70. All right? And we saw a similar pattern to VTNR before it exploded. And we've also caught this pattern in other ways as well. We caught it down here before it made this huge run. Okay? So make sure you subscribe. That way you can get that info. That way you're well informed. Okay. As you can see, the point of control is way down here on the daily. It's not above it, it's below it. This is by all means, I believe, become a bearish stock. All of these are shorts, and all of this is the market maker's move. Their ability to push it up, it's going to drop and stop on these gap fills on the way down until it hits its support and just bottoms out to nothing. Okay. Of course, we got our signal to buy this at 422, 421 at the $1.28 mark. Okay, so had we bought it at the $1.28 mark and held it until this day, we'd still be up 560%. Okay? And 560% is nothing to shake a finger at, considering most people, sure, you can make 500% on one trade, and that could actually account for your entire 1% a day that you might, say strive to get to. There's a lot of people that say they want to make that 1% a day, and I think you can do it in the beginning. If not, way more than 1%. But, or let's just say and it's going to be harder to do with the more money that you get, okay? So now we're going to look at our rune up 80, down 20, and we get AHT, Jern, and Torch. Now, Jern showed up on my lists, let's just say, last week. As you can see, it has this very, very high point of control, and the price did spike up to it. All right? So these are things that we want to pay attention to for the days that certain stocks might be, they might get rocking and bebopping, you know what I mean? So let's let's keep paying attention here, but we can see on the lower time frames, point of control is low, and that really this is all just overextended moves. Let's see. We can take our low here. Let's see if I can get that or not. We may not be able to go from there. Let's go like that and see how that strikes through that gap fill area. Okay, now let's draw another one and go from this. This being in the way kind of dillies it up a little, but not really. Okay, there we go. All right, so we can see how this line was accurate from here to here, and it still respected it here. All right. Now, I see. So it did an ascending wedge. It broke out of a wedge. Ping. Bounced down, got rejected, bounced back up, got pushed back down. Let's see, let's build it like this. Okay. Now, this kind of looks like a wing. It does. Looks a little bit like a wing. Okay. And I'm looking down in here in these areas to see if I can start to identify any particular options activity. Okay. And we've also got the Doyu, which has similar characteristics. You know, super high TPOs. Yeah. On the daily and on the weekly. All right. Oh, the weekly one changed. This one was way up here. All right. But as we can see, our TEMA is getting under Doji, so we would have considered to buy the Doji. TEMA getting under. Let's wait for a good upward signal here. So we'll have to wait for a good signal to fire off on the weekly. Inside of our daily time charts, we have hit our low, though. So if our low was at $7.08, we're a little bit away from that now, and we can expect a bit of a fluctuation. But if down here at the bottom they've accepted price at $8.09, getting in or around that area would be beneficial. But it seems like even, well, now there are no signals. Your signal's over. Okay. No upwards arrow. All right. So these three right here. All right, and let's check out a couple of the others that came across the list here. I think this was Cirque. Okay. Yeah. It's getting pushed down. I don't like it. Yeah, go away. All right. Although it is showing a Darvis, you know, explosion. Okay, and let's check out ARC F. I like to check out the ARC-based funds, and this is the FinTech fund. The reason why this one will be pushing down so much was just because of that big hit in the growth, you know, tech stocks. You know, I would consider ARC F to also be similar to FOMO, which is, yeah, I mean, anyway. So if you're having FOMO, you can get in on the FOMO ETF, all right? And it looks like right now it's $25. So, and we should have gotten in here at this 2608 level. Interesting. All right. Let's pop that over to a Renko and go to, say, a 25 tick. All right, not quite, but it's getting bullish. So See if it can enter another bullish cycle. It is an ARK fund, so we will watch it. Let's go down to a 5 tick and see if it is any better. Very good. Okay, I see. Yes, the ARK fund. I love it. I love it. And see, what we're looking for is particular patterns that we can identify and then exploit. Okay? As you can see, we're able to find some of these patterns. This one would have had us, and I was queued up. This is the FOMO ETF. Let's go back and look at that ARK F fund and see if it is trading similarly. I kind of like the FOMO fund a little better. So, yeah, it may be worth it to start trading on the FOMO fund. Okay. This ARK F looks like it might hit it below. It's getting the downward signals, okay? So, look to come in ARK F somewhere around this price range, or maybe this gap filling range right here, 48.61. Yeah. All right. Let's check out our bull flags here, see if we have any for the day. Or our Darvis breakouts. Kapok Weekly, and that's the buy signal is true. And we're looking at our Kapok signals much more closely. Okay? And the reason why we look at our Kapok signals, all right, now just for fun of it, let's just on this ARK fund, let's pull it up. The market's open. Fight for your money. All right. Let's see. Do we want the Kapok 2? We don't want the Kapok day plot. Let's go for Kapok 2. Add that in here. Okay, so on the 5 tick chart, no work. But on the week chart, look what we get here. All right. So we're starting to get these signals to buy it. And on 6, it kind of looks like we're a little behind, a couple weeks behind on our buy signal here on the Kapok chart. So the Kapok verifies it's a good signal, but it hasn't necessarily crossed above 0 yet. It needs to cross above 0 to be a verifiable signal, okay? And the further down we go, the less the signal is good. Okay, you see how it moves a little differently. All right. Let's check out a couple others here. Let's check out RPay. This one showed up in my watch lists. What is this one? This is Repay Holdings. Okay. And this one must have showed up in the run or done, and it looks like it ran and it was done. Big Kapok move above 0, though. This is suspicious. All right. And it did cross above 0. Let's bring it out to the weekly. And we are receiving buy signals all over the place. Buy. Okay. So when we get a bunch of these buy signals, price moves afterwards, okay? See, nothing here. Looks like my watch lists are starting to populate with things. Let's see, anything on this one? All right. Quite a few are getting added to the Arun 4-way daily. Now let's check out our market sentiment. Okay. That is an awful lot of stocks. Oh, well, that's really not too bad. And that's got some of the major, well, it's got most of the, it's got almost nearly all of the meme stocks. Oh, goodness, it really does. Okay. And looks like even IDEX is coming back up. Okay. So let's go and see. Looks like Barrick Gold is on our list too. So we've got some good stocks here on this list. Let's see if we can tighten that list up just a little bit more. All right. Yeah, we can do better. All right. So our sizzle index is 0.41. I don't even know why we're using it then. Okay, let's get another one in there. And let's go for, what do we got? Volume, market maker move, PE. Okay. Now I should start doing scans against the call sizzle index and the put sizzle index. Okay. And we'll go with a market maker move. And I like to see a market maker move of at least 0.50. That means they are at least involved. Okay. And let's see a sizzle index of 0.67. Let's get rid of that 1. I don't want that to mess with it. Let's see how it rewrites the list. There we go. All right. Tighten that baby up a little bit. All right, I like it. Got rid of a lot of those, goofy, silly ones. I see Genus isn't on there anymore. God forbid you get caught up in Genus. Of course, there are some people that would swear by the Genus. Of course, NUS. And, I mean, Genus isn't a bad company. Oh, they did have a Kapok signal here recently. Okay. Cool. NUS might be something to look into. It seems to be trading in this range. All right. GNUS, Genus Brands. Okay. So Genus Brands just has not had its time yet. Okay. So I believe that it started off short, as many stocks do. Okay. And as a stock starts off short, you get these buy signals along the way. See them, buy. And this is telling you to basically just keep loading up. Every single time you would buy the same amount or double it, which is why your proper money and risk management is important. Okay. So as we push the stock price down by shorting year over year, eventually you do have to, cover 22 months later. Okay. Boom. Price shoots up. Okay. That's them covering all of those shorts, and a bunch of, probably the meme action here. But more than likely it was caused by it hitting this low. Being pushed up from there. So we can see that we really don't have anything holding Genus Brands down anymore, out here on the weekly chart. It's got big support down at the $1.80 level. I mean, right where it's at. So this could be a good thing. Now we see we cross above 0, or in preparation of it, they push the price up. All right, so we can see these expirations too. All right. It looks like right now they're going to push the price down, and if it falls below $1.32, which is about the support it looks like, then I would say it's going to keep on dropping. Although the last VWAP signal was up, it was a while ago, so I wouldn't consider it to be valid anymore. All right. I'm going to say that this is probably still a short stock and that they're going to push it down as far as they can. All right, now Atos is showing up here as it was showing up all over the place. Very good. We can see on our daily when we get above the 0, look what happens. Price starts to hike up. All right. And it's a little harder to get this Kapok plot to work on a lower time frame. I do have a Kapok daily plot or scan. Looks like charge point was added to the Kapok list. Okay, so let's go look up charge point. And see if it was added to the buy signal or if it was added to the crossing over signal. Okay. So on the weekly, we got our signal to buy this back on 517 or 524 when, we crossed over to a green Heikinashi candle. Okay, Heikinashi, work well. You can see that's this gap right here, 1853. It nearly doubled since then, but we also, our lower, indicator also caught it. And it caught it here too. All right. And SWBI, that's one I wrote down last night. Looks like STON and what is it? CAPR? COPR? KTB, GOOS, AGIO, QS, VXX, Wish, ChargePoint, Stro, Pen, Playboy, and Play. And VBIV. Okay. RAPT, New R, Lulu, D-Dog, EXTN, FinV, CSAN, Icon, Quan, XP, FAX, JFU, let's see here. Those are about all of the ones that really showed up on my list. And we can come and just view that Kapok weekly list. See if there's anything on the day that's true. All right, Kapok weekly. All right, so we get these. Oh, XPEV. This one's on the Kapok weekly. This one must be that's just Kapok plot is true. Okay, that's the buy signal is true. All right, so let's see which ones are throwing the buy signal. Oh, so this is MNOV, that's it. Clean, Z. So this one must be throwing a buy signal here. It sure is. Very good. GSAT. Okay. I try to be skeptical, skeptical. As we can see, we're getting across 0 here, so this is going to be a bit of a pop time. It could happen. All right. As you can see, we're getting a buy signal here on GSAT, so that's going to be good. Global Star should take off once it gets above here. We start seeing some slightly more bullish signs. Okay. So these are going to be your very good swing trades. These are buy 'em and hold 'ems. Okay? You buy 'em, you hold 'em, you set 'em, and you forget 'em. You pick your price target, you set it, you walk away. All right. Now let's check out our Rune Bullish 1 and 4 hour. You see the signals playing with you there on the week. The weekly signal's playing with you. On the day, though, we got the signal. It's valid. It's good. Still haven't crossed above 0 yet on the Kapok. It's probably a pretty big list it's trying to load. Let's go with our Ellers, simple, and our LBR. ADX, we've got Torch and Atos. Two others that have just been all over the lists this morning. Those have got to be where the players are at. All right. I see. So Monday morning, we got this big, huge hike up from 6-something all the way up to 10. They managed to get a base at 850. Now they've run it up to 960s. Very good. All right, now let's get rid of our TPO. We can see that the market maker has lost control. Yep, see, we got this move pre-market. And that, yep, this move, little pushback, and then boom, price blew up. So, had we caught this signal here, or, been aware of it's happening. Let's see, in Torch, we did get a signal. So, if we wanted to know about this, let's just say when this signal went off here, this would have been our running or done signal. All right. Now let's see if I can find that. We will go over. And in the email alerts, we can see what time we got alerted. To Torch being a running or done type of symbol. Looks like a couple more were added to the Kapok. All right, so let's go into the email account we receive our alerts on. I really suggest using a separate email address for that. Okay, you will, and you see there's huge buying going on right here. This is probably giant retail. All right, so let's search our inbox here, and we're going to just look up the Torch symbol, all right, and TRCH. And we'll see, when did this one first come to us? When was Torch first put on our signal? And Torch was first added into our awareness June 15th on our 4 YouTube example. Then it was added to the Arun Bullish, the 4 YouTube example, Arun Bullish, 4 YouTube example, Arun Bullish, 4 YouTube Bullish, Vortex 4-way, Bullish, Vortex, Ellers ADX. Okay, this one has so many I can't see. Arun Bullish. Okay, so it did not show up on, like, say, the Kapok list or anything like that first. It more than likely signaled that a long time ago. So let's go out here and see when it did last signal a Kapok. Yeah, see, that's why it didn't show up. But I am getting signals firing Kapok buy signals now. All right. Very good. So we really got the signal to start buying this if we take our newly built indicator that now make sure you hit that subscribe button. Everyone subscribe. I'll put this up on GitHub just like I do for the rest of them. So I did a happy 300 pump and dump detector. I'll do this Bollinger Band and %R and Darvis box detector. I'll save that once we get to 400. So smash the subscribes and I gives them away. All you got to do is subscribe and maybe hit that like button and yeah, show a little support. Come on now. Okay, looks like we just received another one. It was added on the four-way Arun daily, which is a good. That means when things hit the four-way Arun, that's they're starting to run. Arun bullish 1 to the 4 hour. Okay, so that's when Torch was added. Let's check out Atos and see if it is on our list. I'm sure it is. Okay, and see when Atos was queued up on. We queued up on Atos way back when on July 8th on our RSI. Lagare overbought. And then the Ellers caught it. Then the four-way Arun daily caught it. YouTube example caught it. RSI, Vortex, Arun bullish. Okay. So it's nice to go through and start collecting information on which of my lists is catching them first and whatnot. So when I see the Kapok go off, typically about a week later, the price explodes because it takes about a week's time for everyone to catch up and get their orders in on it and then, run the price. Okay. Very good. Let's check out a couple more watch lists here. Let's see. We'll try an ergodic. See what we've got here. If not, then this one needs to disappear and be remade. Looks like we're looking for 3. Moving average, ergodic oscillators greater than 0. Moving average 4 crosses above 13. Moving average 21 crosses above period 55. Mara, Sesson, and Torch. Okay. We'll see if we find anything. I don't think that ergodic scan will. Market forecast bullish. There we go. Schwab W, Boeing, JP Morgan, VTNR, Tilray, Mara, Riot. I'm surprised Tilray's doing anything. I really, really am. I mean, I get that it's summer. I guess people smoke more in the summer or something. Okay. Certainly has an interesting way that Tilray moves, though. All right. And we can come back and look at Tilray and see how it does when it crosses or gets the buy signal on the Kapok, and it still doesn't. You get a good buy signal, but it still doesn't register, as a good signal. Here we caught it, but all these other signals were not very great. I mean, honestly, just Tilray moves, jumps up and hits a high of 300. I mean, that had to be that manipulation. That was that manip right there. So from 300, it's down to $16, and they're probably going to push it all the way down to 0, but it'll be kind of like a falling plane. Once a plane tilts up so far, it just starts to fall forward, with its nose up in the air. And that's the way I see a lot of stocks moving. And it's to create an area, to make the bid-ask spread. So they have control. It's an interesting thing. Okay, let's see what our Squeeze Pro says. 1 hour, 15 minute. Let's start with our four-way. Dash, D-Dog, and GTT were added to the Kapok Weekly. Looks like our squeeze alert four-way. We're getting all of these stocks are in a squeeze that are being pushed up. These are probably, in a squeeze being pushed down. All right. And that was D-Dog. That's Data Dog. See, we got our buy signal right here with the Data Dog. Now we're getting another buy signal here with the Data Dog. All right, so we got our buy signal, then a Darvis explosion. We got a buy signal, then we got another Darvis explosion here happen. But then it kind of topped out. It really, it still stayed within this range here. So I kind of think that this is a possible thing there. It's going to stay within this range or go up higher. To be rejected and pushed back down within that range. So that might even be a good calendar spread deal. Looks like T triple Q. Okay. Let's see, we would have wanted to catch it on this hammer or this, looks like it's a harami. All right, so the only one on this list is Torch. That's the Momo LBR Daily. That list does work well. Let's see what else we can find. Moving scalper with some sentiment. Roku, Torch, Swabi, AMC, Moz, Oxy, MTX, ASON X, AAFCX, TECK, CLF, Skills, CRIS, ATOS, and ASXC. Okay. These are our moving scalpers with some sentiment here. I don't think this one will work. It's not very often that it does, if I've ever even seen it work. All right, let's see a reversal on the weekly. All right, so Torch is reversing, AMC is going to reverse, and Sundial is going to reverse. Interesting. All right, and let's check that out again. That was the weekly. Let's check it on the daily. Same deal. Okay. So I would be wary. Let's see. All right, so our pop finder that found CTAS and Disney for the day. AZO. I find something that's going to pop. Not quite. And let's check our reversal on a smaller time scale. Torch and Sundial. Okay. Oh. Qualcomm and SoFi. I wish the Kapok chart would work with Renko bars. But to check them, we have to jump off of the Renko bars. Okay. Oh, I ordered 30 days of data. I don't want that. Don't need that much. Very good. Oh, we got a Darvis explosion. Let's see what happens. Get a little live testing going on here. Very good. And let's close out our emails here. Leave that page. And that quick, we'd be out of our trade. Yeah, we would have joined the bid and then joined the ask. Now, right now, we'd be selling short. Oh, if you'd have took that short, you might have just gotten stopped out. Looks like skills is getting added. Yeah, you're still good. Yep, it was a good short signal. Now it's probably close to being time to, join the ask and cover. Looks like that's about what they're trying to do. Of course, we can see this, pre-market action. Go out and check your pre-market. You can see it ran up considerably. It was like $63 this morning. Ticks here. Looks like we're getting another Darvis explosion signal. Looks like it went away. Let's go down to our 1 day, 1 minute. All right. Here was your pre-market. We just kept getting signal after signal after signal after signal to buy in. Expiration hit, price shot up. see what's happening now. It says go short off of VWAP. It says price might be going down. Look for the recovery soon, though. Let's see how our weekly chart's doing. Almost there. Almost there. It looks like our TEMA is starting to get under, even on the weekly. Get all the way under the candlestick. You know, that is the next verifiable entry. Okay, we could have taken this entry back here, you know, 517, and still be in, but, you know, don't chase it now. And if we find that our Renko chart is moving too fast for us to keep up with it, then we can just slow it down by moving the tick value. And even at a 10 tick range, it still says VWAP price is going down. So yeah, we can see it consolidated here in this area. In the 5 tick chart, you might not have seen that. Okay, but this 10 tick chart identifies very well. Okay. If it's expiration day, people are probably trying to go and buy their, you know, shares, closing out their, you know, options. Let's go in here and check out our options chain. See what, see if any of our strikes have changed. Last I checked, the highest strike was 145. 140, 145 strike. Okay. There we go. And they were incremented by $5. Yeah, this is where they start changing. Okay. Vega. All right. Let's come here. Okay. And here's where we get our, you know, middle, you know, in the money, out of the money. We can see the differences. YouTube example daily list. All right, so nothing on that list right now. FTPM. Okay, so a golden cross on the daily, we're getting these. Torch, LKCO, GSAT, Sundial, AMC, and AHT. These are all showing golden crosses on the daily. Very good. All right, so be looking for these to also move, in the future as good swing trades. All right. I think I'll go ahead and sign off. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and consider becoming a patron. I will catch you in the next video.